Good morning from a absolutely freezing Cape Town. I have been watching what's been going on in South Africa over the last few days. And if you're not from South Africa, we have had some major looting and major sort of disruption happening around the Zuma imprisonment. And a lot of the stuff is happening in Johannesburg and Durban, where those factions, those tribal factions, are taking hold and obviously being driven by a whole lot of people from behind the scenes. But as South Africans, what we do usually is we become very upset that this is a South African problem and we can't believe this is happening in South Africa again. And I see this on the social media about people being, old school or racist in a certain way and demeaning to being in South Africa and that sort of thing. But I want to remind everybody out there that this is happening around the world. Around the world, we are starting to have the upheaval of societies being sick and tired of the way things have been run. And if you think about what's happened in Palestine, in Brazil, in Belarus, in America, in England, in just name it, there isn't a place around the world that isn't having some sort of upheaval, some sort of questioning the system, questioning the whole world that we live in. And this is really the beginning of the break of the old world. Now, if you know a book called The Fourth Turning, written in 1996, written by the gentleman that came up with the generational archetypes around baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z. They also have done some research around the cyclum, which is this 80-year to 100-year cycles that humanity go through. And in their research, they've realized that this has been going on since the 1600s. So this is not something new. This is a cycle that humanity has been going through every 80 to 100 years. And the last time an 80-year cycle ended was when World War II ended in 1946. And here we are again at the end of another cycle. So as sad and as difficult as this process of change is, remember that all transformation begins with a goodbye, with a sad process. And this is what we're going through right now, is where we are seeing the structures being broken down. We're seeing the power plays being questioned. We see this with Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter movement, the Arab Spring. These are just the continuation of them. Unfortunately, according to the book, The Fourth Turning, we still have until 2028 to see the end of this old world. We still have another 6 or so years to go through until every touch point of our lives is broken down, questioned, and rebirthed. Now remember, in the 1950s, we had some very exciting things happen. We had the United Nations, the IMF, rockets, jets, space programs. We had this new surge of energy towards peaceful living, innovation, and the birth of a new world. And this is where we're going to be going again. But before spring, there's always winter. Before new birth, there is death. And right now we're going through that. We are losing friends and family through COVID. We're seeing destruction and implosion of every touch point of our lives in pretty much every country of our lives. So if you are South African, please don't make this a South African issue. This is a global issue, and it's something that we need to come together for. It's a unification of us wanting to work out a new system that's more transparent, that's more fair, that's more available to more people. And thank goodness that the internet is here, giving us this access more and more. And really, this is why I wrote this book with Iraj Abedian, Future Next. It's all about the breakdown for the rebirth. And so the breakdown we're in is sad, strange, upsetting. We're losing people. But all winters require that. And the spring we're going through will again show us a new world out there. We just have to make it through. We have to fuss bait. And if you're not South African, that means just sit still, sit strong, sit low, send a lot of love and prayers to the people that are taking strain. And just realize that this is a big pattern that we're all following. And it's not something that we are only suffering from. It's something that has been preempted many, many, many years ago. So good luck out there. Be safe. And realize that if you have the context of where we are, we can be more easy about it and we can be more calm about it. Sending you all lots of love, a lot of safety. And it's so cold in South Africa right now, my God. But this is it. We're in winter in many ways. Good luck out there. Ciao.